Guess this is just what we're gonna make this for now. That's fine. How is it still dropping frames? Alright, screw it. We're not doing this. Alright, the stream is back. Is it still dropping frames? So you should only be able to watch it in 1080p now, but I mean... This says I'm still dropping a lot of frames. It's showing red. I'm losing my mind, man. Spectrum sucks. I hate Spectrum. I hate... It's not even Spectrum's fault. I hate the fact that I'm in a developed area and I can't get fiber internet in the year 2024. This is stupid. I mean, let me know. How's it? Are we looking healthy now? OBS says we're not healthy, but YouTube says we're healthy. We dropping frames? I can't imagine this is a very viewable experience. I mean, you're getting it in 720p, you know? And it's on super high latency, so you're not going to be able to immediately respond. Alright, whatever. We're just going to go with it. This might be the worst stream ever. This is a good test run stream. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's incredibly choppy. What the heck, man? That can't possibly be... Like, what? How? Two passes, quarter resolution, profile, look ahead, something. Okay. Alright, I think we're good now. I think we're good now. Let me know if we're back. Tech guy's an idiot when it comes to tech stuff. It's on super latency, so I'm not going to be able to respond immediately to messages. It's going to take a little bit longer. I'll have to figure all that out for the next streams. But I think we should be good now. Yeah, it should be streaming at 1080p. It should be healthy. I've just capped the bitrate at 6,000. So it might, you know, if we played any games under this, it would be bad, maybe. I don't know. Alright. That's on me. I don't know why I was trying to be cute about the way I was going about it. Let's go through these awards real quick. Let me text this chick to let her know that... Okay. Alright, let's go through this. Lamar Jackson, MVP. Cole Bright, Offensive Player of the Year. Javius Bentley, Defensive Player of the Year. We're just going to look at the winners here. Rookie of the Year goes to Tyler Davis. Cruz Carrillo, Defensive Player of the Year. Dak Prescott, QB. Ezekiel Elliott, running back. Ben Goddard, wide receiver. I don't know why the game loved him so much. Best O-line goes to Ronnie Stanley. Chance Fortunato, Best Defensive Lineman. Javius Bentley, Best Linebacker. Damian Good, Best Defensive Back. Also, Best Linebacker and Best Defensive Line, those are the same thing often. I think that's a really stupid award naming. I don't think that's how it is in real life either. I'm not sure why they can't get that right. Best Kicker goes to Austin McGinnis. And then, let's see, Best AFC Offensive Player of the Year, Lamar. Joey Bosa wins Defensive Player of the Year. That is an ugly mug. J.J. Thomas wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. So, an Olympia player winning Rookie of the Year. That's good. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Minnesota's Hank Sherman from Olympia, or the Olympia Dynasty. I can't remember which high school he was from. Best QB, Best Running Back. Best Wide Receiver goes to Olympia's Donald Gillett. Somehow he wins Best Wide Receiver. That's insane. Best Offensive Lineman, Best Defensive Lineman, Best Linebacker, Best Defensive Back. Best kicker. All right. I don't see Texas Chick in. I'm not sure she's been able to find her way back to the stream. Here's what we're looking at today from drafting perspective. Zach Schuster and James McIntyre should go 1 and 2 respectively. We'll see. Dre Morris is in the top round, but we don't own a pick until round 4, so this is going to be a bit crazy. Let's go ahead and jump into it. I kind of want to get through the stream a little fast. Glad we actually got that worked out. I was really getting frustrated. It's a bit frustrating as well that this video is going to be untagged. Like, it's going to have the wrong tags and everything. I'm going to have to fix that after, but that's okay. That's all right. We'll figure it out. Season recap. The 49ers. So at least we lost to the eventual Super Bowl champions. They did what they could not do in real life, and they took down the Chiefs. Lamar, we've already looked at all that. MVP goes to Fred Warner. So that's awesome. Let's look at retirements. Do we have anybody? I don't see. I think they'd be at the top. Byron Jones retires. So a few 49ers retiring after they win the Super Bowl. Tyler Lockett retires. Tyron Smith, I might have been looking at him as an option. Still no Texas Chick. I'm not sure if she was able to find it. Not sure. Spoiler alert here. What's that horse chess piece? That's our own Trent Brown retiring. Sorry about that, Texas Chick, for spamming you there. David Bakhtiari retires too. Those were my top 2 targets for left tackle. Oh boy. Well, offensive line just got interesting. Yeah, what's that? Are we no longer the Flyers? Oh, our coach has it too. Did we move cities? I don't know. I guess we'll find out here. Kind of exciting. All right, players ready to negotiate. Dante Jackson. All right, the game just changed here on who I'm going to be able to bring back. So let's look who I'm not going to bring back. Alex Landry, I'm going to let go. Max Milstead. 1 year for 900. I'd probably make that offer. No, he's going for free agency. Dion McRae, I'll let him test. Bradley Fisher, I'm probably going to let him test. Sterling Shepard, I'm not spending $3 million a year on a 34-year-old. I liked him, but not doing it. $17 million for Junior Pettis. Absolutely not. Derek Fitzpatrick, 3 years for 11 mil. I would like to bring him back. Let's see if we can do that. Let's just give him flat 11 million. Okay, he takes that. I think that's a good signing. How much money does that leave us? I'm not sure. Deshaun Shepard, 1 year for 4 million. No. I can get him cheaper in free agency for that. Andres Pete, still a 78 overall. I think we can do better, though. I'm going to let Andres Pete go. Keanu Neal, he fell down a bit. Let's check regression real quick, too. So, Frank Ragnow's still very solid. I can't remember if I've already brought him back or not. I'll be bringing him back for sure. Dante Pettis is still solid, but he's gone down considerably. I don't think I'm really as interested in him. Sean Stevens regressing already at age 28. That means I'm 4 years away. I'm 3.25 years away from regressing in real life. I don't like that. We could still bring him back, though. Well, I think we already have him. Minus 21 for Keanu Neal. Okay. So we have an idea of what we're up against here. Let's see. Franchise tag, Keanu Neal. We're going to let him go. Hate to say that, but we're going to not bring him back. Dante Pettis. If he's willing to take a hometown discount here, I would love to bring him back on a 1-year deal worth, I don't know, what do we think? $6 million? Is that still too much? That feels like too much. I mean, he's really balanced. He's really solid, but what do we think about the new uniforms, by the way? I believe we are now officially the London Black Knights. I think we've already regressed. I think we've already regressed too. Cap room, 77 million. I'm going to just offer him 5 million with 80% of it guaranteed. Let's see what he says to that. Yeah, he's going to test free agency. Frank Ragnow. Thank you. I thought they were a good choice. First team in London, so this is going to be fun. Next season, everything's going to be played in London. Jason Price. If he's willing to accept for literally the bare minimum. Okay. Works for me. Frank Ragnow, fair offers 24 million. I don't want to give him more than a 1-year contract because I don't think he's going to last longer than a year. But I am willing to give him a decent bit for that 1 year. So 13.5 mil with half of it guaranteed. Okay. And it'll cost 13 million to franchise tag him. So that's a no-brainer. That's really easy for me. We're going to franchise tag him. Dante Jackson probably is one of the better cornerbacks on the market. We're going to see if we can pick him up for 12.5 million. I don't mind letting this go to free agency. And it will. What would it take to franchise tag him? 20 million? Yeah, okay. So we're bringing back Frank Ragnow for 13 mil. That's cheaper than I was thinking I'd get him for. Honestly, or right about the same price. And that's it. All the rest of these guys are gone. Dante Pettis is done. He's been with the team for, I guess, 7 seasons now, and he's gone. I feel a little sad about that, but so we're gonna get +2 without him. That means let's move on to the offseason. I do have some targets here I'm interested in. Targets in free agency. I do have some targets, not for trade either, but let's see. I wish there was I need a third monitor. Papa Bear can probably understand this plight, but I need a third monitor to be able to put my spreadsheet up on another one. I wonder if I could get a little tiny monitor to have on my screen, just like to have near my computer, just so I could like look at it at the same time. That wouldn't be the worst. Whew, okay. Let's open up. Unfortunately, the one thing I hate about Madden is you can't click out of it. It's not borderless where you can like it'll make the screen small. I really do hate that. So the first thing we need to address is left tackle, and now that they've left, that's a pretty big necessity. So I'm gonna have my Excel spreadsheet open. I will check chat every once in a while, but since it's delayed, I think it'll be fine. We have $70 million to play with, and look at this. DeForest Buckner is available. Oh man, that's pretty awesome. Matthew Ioannidis is available. I missed out on him a few free agencies ago. Dante Jackson's still available, and he's got a bidding war going for him, so that's probably the last we'll see of him. Jay Terry we could bring back to the team, and he's a superstar now. Isn't that something? La'el Collins might actually be the best player available. Let's see. David Bakhtiari's gone. Trent Brown's gone. Taron Armstead, is he still around? Not for signing. La'el Collins might be the best available, and he is good. Now, we don't want to pay attention to his bonuses he's got going on right now, but he would be a really solid player. I think he's going to be our only option if we want to have a competitive tackle class still. The other option is bringing back Andres Pete and moving him to left tackle, but I don't like his pass block ratings. So let's take a look real quick at the roster as it is, actually. It's the best way to do this. So right now Jimmy Shelton would be starting, but we need a guard and we need a tackle. So we're going to need both of those. I think that's the two biggest needs we have. Wide receiver, we should be locked up. Maybe just some depth pieces. We do need a backup quarterback. And we might want a superstar running back. I'm not really sure about that. And then on defense, I don't know that we need cornerback, but it is something we should consider. Defensive tackle might be something we want. Otherwise, Looks like Mitch Newman lost his X Factor. Interesting. Very interesting. Jeff Okuda kept his over Mitch Newman. We'll have to take a look at that and see who actually deserved that. Yeah, I think that maybe strong safety is something we look at as well. So let's go ahead and lock up a left tackle if we can. Really nobody here that I'm interested in. Who do I have as options? LaShawn Jennings. Is he an option? I don't see him. Bring back Vernon Boatwright. I wouldn't mind that. A lot of the guys I thought were going to go to this class actually ended up retiring. So I thought they might get signed, but more than getting signed, they just straight up retired. In the NFL, straight up retiring it. We're going to look at, who did I say? Lyle Collins. He's the first guy, and we got to be competitive with him. 1 year for $9 million. I would make that choice very quickly. And I'll even give him half guaranteed. And that's 104 points, and that's easily number one. I think we lock in that, and we just live with it. $10 million is a lot of money, but I think I can live with it. And then Ali Marpet, I wouldn't mind bringing him in. Honestly, another really solid player. $10 million does not get it done. And now we'd have 50. So let's sit on 50 million for a while, and let's see if we can try to fill out the rest of the roster. Other needs would be running back. But there's nobody better than Marlon Mack, and we've already seen what he's like. We could bring back Sammy Blake. He wouldn't be bad, actually. 94 speed. Sammy Blake's an option, but he's expecting $4 million a year. We're not giving him that. Demetrius Streeter. I looked at him once upon a time. What did I like about him? He's got some decent receiving skills. I might be interested in Demetrius Streeter. We'll look at him. Dwayne Butler, we've been down that road before. Probably won't go that route again. Wide receiver, there's really nothing I'm interested in here. Maybe a reliable slot receiver. I wouldn't mind bringing Dante Pettis back if nobody else offers him. Like, I would definitely offer Dante Pettis 1 year for... What would he take unguaranteed? Would he even consider this offer? 30 points, that would... Orange? I could sit on that for a while. We'll see if that gets the job done. I don't think it will, but... Tight end. We should be good on tight end. We got plenty of tight end depth. I'm not even going to worry about that. Our edge rush situation is good, but we do need depth. We do have Glenn Vereen for depth there, but he hasn't been anything impressive. Trey Flowers would be really good depth, but that's almost too good. DeForest Buckner for $15 million. I mean, that'd knock out... I'd go down to $30 million, and that would be a position that, while it's needed, it's not $15 million needed. I don't know. Then again, Dante Jackson, probably I'm out of that market. I don't think I can compete there. I don't... Really, I'd need a slot more than anything. So, Chidobe Awuzie. I would not mind Awuzie. He's solid. He is very solid. And for $9 million, I'd be more interested in him, honestly, than Dante. Dante was good, but he wasn't anything to write home about. What about Shaquille Griffin? I wish there was a way you could compare players. So Shaquille's faster, but he's a worse tackler than Awuzie is. He's better in zone coverage. I think I'm more interested in Shaquille Griffin, though. And he's cheaper. I think that's what I'm going to do. And then strong safety Tyrann Mathieu. I would not be uninterested in throwing him an offer. No offense to Elijah Davis, but Tyrann Mathieu I think would be really, really fun to play with. And what does just this base offer get? 95 points, and it puts us at 9th. Alright, do a little checker. And let's throw an offer at Shaquille Griffin. Just throw him the base offer. See what else is available. I mean, the rest of my roster is probably going to be filled out with depth pieces. So I'm not too worried about it right now. I think I would not go into those sweepstakes. And then we'd still have 30 million to play with here. I do need to up some offers though. So, and then we'll need depth pieces. So I think maybe we look at getting a backup quarterback. Who am I interested in at backup quarterback? Teddy Bridgewater, but he regressed a lot, actually. Wow. Garoppolo's available. Jimmy G. I mean, the London women might, you know, that might be a good way to bring them into the market. His accuracies have gone down a lot, but his play action's still really good. Under pressure, still really good. He's an option, for sure. Yeah, Landry, I just wasn't impressed with him too much. We could bring in somebody like Jay Stanis. He's got a really strong arm, but I don't think we need to bring in a gunslinger as our backup quarterback. Jameis Winston? I mean, that's a little expensive, though. I don't think we can bring him in. Russell Wilson hit the free agent market here, which means right now Darius McIntyre is the #1 quarterback in Seattle. That's pretty cool. Tom Trainer. Yeah, you know, I think, honestly, I think I want to make an offer to Jimmy G. How much does he cost? $3 million. I would not be opposed to making that offer. I would like to bring him down to unguaranteed money, though. Just in case I find somebody else I like, I can move on from him. 47, can we get that up to yellow? How much would it take? It's gonna take some guaranteed money. Okay. What if we did 500,000 guaranteed? That'll do it. Okay, so we can bump down the salary. That's actually good too. That'll save us some money. How much can we bump down the salary? Maybe 1.5? Yeah. Okay. That saves us some money. That's good. That's good. And that leaves my current negotiations, and I think we sim the next stage. So let's see here. Jimmy G, I feel solid with that. Dante, maybe I'd be willing to do the same thing with Jimmy G. So like maybe that was worse. Whatever. I don't think Dante's gonna sign. That's fine with me. We are currently in the lead for La'el Collins, and I'm comfortable offering that. The reason I'm offering Ali Marpet so much as well, even though it takes a lot of our money, is I think that's the best way to ensure I get a top guard or top offensive lineman. If I were to miss out on both Collins and Marpet, that'd be awful. But if I miss out on Collins and I don't, you know, I have to go after somebody. $11 million, that's a steep price, but if that, you know, locks us up a top lineman, then I think that's worth it. Shaq Griffin, we're the only one for. I'm going to leave that offer. And then I really want Tyrann Mathieu. I understand this is a bit of an overpay potentially, but I think it'd be really fun to have him on the team and play a few games with him. So let's just see what we can do here. This isn't hurting cap room. Honestly, this is the best way to lock up somebody like Tyrann Mathieu, is jack up the cap room because it doesn't hurt our, or jack up the signing bonus because it doesn't hurt our cap room as much. So, you know, we're not able to cut him or move on from him very easily, but we are able to give him some more money without approaching certain cap room hits. So we'll still have $25 million after we sign all these guys. I think that would be pretty good. Unfortunately, I can't necessarily wait for comments as well, because then we'd be sitting here all day. So I'm just going to go ahead and send this first stage. We'll see what happens. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We got Ali Marpet. And see, we lost out on Leo Collins. And that's exactly why I couldn't risk that happening. And we got Tyrann Mathieu. Okay. So that's the first run of free agency. I think there was a bit of a miss. Who got Leo Collins? The 49ers, son of a gun. And Mike Evans. Dante Jackson goes to the Chiefs. Alright. We're still negotiating for Shaq Griffin, but now suddenly the market got a little more competitive. Jimmy G's still on the table. Dante Pettis is gone. Yeah, we're going to withdraw our offer there. Jay Terry's on the table as well, or on the board, but I don't think I'm interested. Let's go ahead and lock up Shaquille Griffin first. I'm a little more guaranteed. Man, I don't know. This is a lot of money to give a guy that I wasn't planning on giving. And I'm almost like I should have just overpaid from the start, because now I'm actually hurt a little bit. See, that's just to get into the top 3. Anybody else at cornerback that I could be interested in? Awuzie might be about the same amount of money. Monte Maddox? What's he like? See, his coverage is bad though. I don't much like him as a slot. Awuzie wouldn't be bad. Yeah. I mean, I think Shaquille Griffin's still my favorite player here. That puts us number 1. I'm not willing to go over that though. I'd rather run it with the guys I've got than that. Alright, what lineman is our new option? Because we kind of struck out a little bit. Nat Hopkins? Did I have him on the list? No? He's not bad if you're looking for a run blocker. Taylor Moton? I have him as a tier 3, so... He's solid. He's not bad. I mean, 85 pass block finesse, that is most intriguing to me. And I don't think anybody else is ready to step into that left tackle role. Andres Pete, again, I just don't like his pass blocking enough. We could bring him back as a guard and then move Ali Marpet to tackle. That's not the worst call. I don't see anybody else here that I'm interested in. Andre Dillard, was I interested in him? Just a lot of the guys that I wanted retired, which is a little unfortunate. Taylor Decker's way down there now. Any of these guys good pass blockers? Andre Dillard's solid, but he's not good enough anymore to really be probably a starter. He's probably more of a spot starter or a backup even. I don't think I would consider him a top guy for that. And none of these guys are going to be tall enough, probably. I think I prefer bringing in someone like Taylor Moton. I mean, he's got solid pass block finesse. The market for him isn't there right now, so we could offer him this and save a bit of money and bring him in. $30 million. That might let me get a little more aggressive here for Shaquille Griffin. Let's just go to 10 million. It's so much more than I was willing to pay, but that makes it where I will actually get him. Man, yeah, that's not even 109 points isn't even that much. Wow, okay. It's just how it is. Question now is, what are my top needs? Running back, I think I'm solid with what I've got. I mean, Lance Roach. Look at that. Those do look pretty good. That red is a little faded, though. I don't know. We definitely could look to wide receiver. Right now, our depth pieces aren't great, but we've got them. Line is good. Remember, this is also the year we have to pay Kai Linehan, though. So, unless we're thinking of moving on from Kai Linehan, I don't think I can afford to give anybody a long-term contract in free agency. Say linebacker we're very solid at. Free safety, obviously, we're solid at, although we could use... we have Max Milstead as depth there. Strong safety we're good at now. I feel good with that. Cornerback is the only thing that maybe we could use. And then defensive tackle right now, outside of TJ Benson and Eric Holloway, we don't have a pass rushing defensive tackle. He's more of a nose tackle. He's absolutely a nose tackle. He's not anything else. We could bring in Jay Terry as a splashy guy. I mean, we've got the money to do it. '91 strength, 88 block shed. But the problem is he's not a good enough pass rusher to really make it seem worth it to me. I think he's a good every down, but I'm looking for more of a specialized rusher. And I don't know that this is going to have anybody. Jonathan Allen. He's certainly interesting. Do I have anybody listed down here? Joe Beckham and Lionel Sawyer. Joe Beckham and Lionel Sawyer. Let me check those. Running back. Kind of bouncing all over the place here. Joe Beckham. Have I looked at him? He's intriguing. And I don't see whoever else I was talking about. I don't know. I'm not convinced. Cornerback. I think we still have the best option on our team here. We do also need a depth piece here. And I think bringing in, you know, like if I could get Trey Flowers for $6 million, I mean, I wouldn't mind bringing him back to the team. He might retire anyway. Let's do it, and let's try to shortchange him a little bit. Again, Jay Terry, I can't. Let me see how much it would cost to bring him in on a one-year deal. No, let's bring in Jonathan Allen. 1 year for $763. Stephon Sheard's available. Now he's more of a pure run stopper. I've always wanted on my team, but I don't think that's the move. Michael Pierce. He's pretty interesting. He's a nose tackle, but Shelton Boswell. He's 26 years old. 92 power moves. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Kind of give him a 1 year prove it or lose it deal there. We have our left edge on the block we're trying to bring in. Got a kicker, we've got a punter. Got Jimmy G. who still doesn't have any offers, so that's good with me. Running back's probably interesting. I mean, bringing in somebody like Joe Beckham would not be bad. He's not the fastest, though. But he can receive as well. That's certainly interesting. I mean, a 1-year, $3 million offer. Would he be interested in that? Just barely. I'm interested in giving it to him, though. And then we've got our slot receiver. We've got another physical guy. I wouldn't mind bringing in somebody like Greg Curry, maybe a deep threat. But could we get him for cheap? I mean, talking $6 million for a guy that just runs down the field. I don't know about that. Robert Jarrett? This is essentially just Sean Stevens 2.0. Braden McGee. He's 6'3". We don't need more physical receivers, though, is the problem. Donald Gillett, we could bring him in. Short, medium, deep. $3 million. Hugh Porter again. We've been down this road, though. A solid player, but not necessarily what I'm looking for. Colin Gregg? Colin Gregg is a little more interesting. I think he's more well-rounded. And I'd be interested in throwing him a $3 million offer. And then we do need... I think our backup tackle is alright. We need a backup, we're pretty good on the offensive line, too, honestly. So, I don't know. I think that's a good start. Let's go ahead and sim again. We should be leading for all these. I'll do some quick scouting. At this point, I don't know what we even need, really. I'd rather kind of... Well, no, we have combine grades available. So Wesley Dunmore is 6.2 combine grade. That's pretty interesting. And he's a mid-second, you know, projected second. So that's pretty good. David Johnson, also mid-second. We have the Heisman winner and the Heisman runner-up. Zach Hurd, 1.0 combine grade. 5.59 40-yard dash. That is slow. Christian Armstrong, 4.75, so that's pretty fast. Wesley Dunmore had the second fastest 40-yard dash at 4.66. Who had the first? I don't know. Roa Latu finishes with first in the 20-yard shuffle, so he's pretty agile. Who in the heck would have had the first combine graded speed? It would have had to be a scrambler archetype, right? Huh. Crazy that somebody's faster than Wesley Dunmore and David Johnson. Running back. Is there anybody interesting here? Because I think this is what I've really been looking for, is a new running back. And I'd like to find one in the later rounds. Trey Morris. Who really pops from a combine perspective? Ramon Clark, receiving back. Interesting. Color me interested in that. Miles Brown. I need someone fast. I mean, if I'm looking to get into the running back market, I need someone fast, and these power backs just aren't cutting it. Power back slow. Power back slow. Well, he's interesting. 4.49 speed. I mean, that's probably like 89 speed or something. And he's got really high bench press, but he's not super agile, so he's more of a straight line runner. Maybe he'll run through some people. Carlos Davis, no. Damon Gooden, no. Armand Bonds. Where are the fast running backs, man? Already looked at them. They were all slow. Not fast. Not fat. Agile, though. John Barlow. This is rough, man. Where are the fast running backs? These guys are all slow. Ramon Clark, I mean, at 4.53, that's not bad. I would definitely be interested in taking him. I just wouldn't mind finding someone a little faster. 4.43, that's not bad. That's probably in the 90s. 4.42 for Tevin McDowell. This is just a little higher than I'm interested in getting to. 4.42, 4.42. So 4.42 might be the highest you can get here. He's agile too. I mean, break tackle A-. Otis Wilson's probably my #1 target here. 4.42. Yeah, 4.42 looks like the fastest anyway. So I'm not really interested in the wide receiver market at all. Matt Fitzpatrick, we know from his time at Olympia, he's more of a Dylan Murdoch type. Javonte Jackson, really high jumper and really agile. I think he'd be interesting. 7.0 combine grade, that's pretty good. James Stanley, fast, very fast. 4.32. That's not the fastest. Well, I know who's the fastest. 4.29 speed. The fastest, the highest jumper, and the furthest jumper goes to Zach Schuster. There's no chance we're even sniffing him. Weird. 4.30, so second fastest. Top 2 fastest wide receivers in the draft are both from Olympia, as we know. Let's keep going here. Tight ends. We're not interested in this market in the slightest. Left tackle, I mean, we've already looked through this, and nobody was good. Yeah, these are all terrible. Guard. No. I don't know what it is, but this 6.2, that might be interesting. Aiden Graham. I'm interested. 5.7. Maybe with a 7th rounder. 5.7. We got Paylier. What's he good at? Nothing really physically. So we've got some Olympia players in this draft, definitely. Looking for any combine freaks. Zach Falk, maybe? No, not really. All right. We'll go ahead and sim to the next stage. Check. Nothing. That's okay. I feel bad because I'm sure a lot of people, you know, maybe not a lot, but I'm sure some people... Shaquille Griffin rejected. Oh, man. Taylor Moton, Colin Gregg, Joe Beckham, and Trey Flowers comes back to the team for the first time in like 4 seasons. Shoot. Okay. So now we got 21 million to find a cornerback to play slot, and we lost out on some guys. Kenny Moore might be the best available. Vontae Maddox, but his coverage is bad. Taron Johnson. Not impressed in any of these guys. Marco Callaway at 26 years old. No, pure man cover guy. Christian Fulton. And Kenny Moore is probably the best I'm going to get here. Pretty well balanced. I think I wouldn't be upset throwing him an offer. We're the only one. Who are we still negotiating? Jimmy G. I have a feeling he'll sign. Let me bump it up just a little bit here. That might be enough to get it done. Shelton Boswell. I have the money to throw at him, so why not? Wow. I gotta throw a lot more money at him. I didn't realize I gave him so little. Probably because I'm doing a single year deal. Again, I can't be bothered to offer multi-year deals though. Because Kai Linehan's got to get paid, so. Alright, that puts us above the Eagles. That's good enough for me. Who else do we have, and who do we even care to offer to at this point? Brandon Ayuk. Jamie Andrews, run stopper. Sammy Blake, but he's got an offer from the Packers, so we might see him back in the division. Unfortunately. I hate having all this money available because I don't really have it to spend on. I mean, I guess I could have locked up some other guys and just overpaid for a year. I really wasn't anticipating having this kind of money. We could bring back Keanu Neal. Russell Wilson. We could bring Stephon Sheridan. Not opposed to that. Don't want to give him any guaranteed, though. That's the thing. $55 points. I'm good with that. Who else was I interested in? Oh, yeah. Let's bring back... I know nobody else is going to sign him, so let's... Oh, Donald Gillett to the Chiefs. Okay, we'll let him go. Hugh Porter to the Packers. We're going to see him again, I guess. I wouldn't mind bringing back Sterling Shepard either on a one-year deal. Kind of like a retire with the team type thing. Not really willing to offer him too much more than that. One year, $3 million, 28 points. I mean, it's not in the red, so there's a chance maybe he signs. $4 million left. We could just save the rest for any potential trades or anything. Let's go ahead and jump into more scouting. I think at safety, I'm pretty solid. We got Sam Franklin as an option. He, the pro from Olympia. Very athletic. Darius Carter. Got a lot of good options here. I don't think I'm in the market for another strong safety, though. Jay Moore, the surprise early entry from Olympia. Really solid safety here. Pretty athletic as well. Probably not looking to get him, though. We've got free safety. Bakari Williams, we're good there. Any cornerbacks I'm interested in? Probably not, but maybe. Go ahead and look down in the undrafteds to see if there's anybody with some good combine grades. Lionel McDougald. Is that even a name? Nobody really here that's a combine star. You have to come up quite a bit to find someone that's even remotely good in the combine. Darian Skinner, a slot. He's got good press. What makes him a slot? I guess just his agility. He's intriguing. He's really intriguing. Now, you don't know his coverages. His coverages might suck. He might be really raw. I definitely would not have him on the slot, I don't think. But he's very agile. He's the strongest in the class. He's the most agile in the class. He's the strongest in the class. He's the highest jumper in the class. He's a physical freak. He's just not the fastest, but that's okay. And he's starting with a good base on press and play rec. Really, really intriguing prospect there. Any crazy combines here at linebacker? Maybe. 6.4. Candidate. Well, he's not really a candidate for me, I guess. 6.5 Darren Ivory. Nope. 6.6 Cam Moore. Nope. 6.8. Nope. Okay. Let's go ahead and jump in again. This is going to be our last scouting period here. Put the rest of the money on black. Who's black? Did I miss somebody named? Well, crap. I can't go back. I missed that comment. One bad thing about latency, as well as the fact that I have my Excel spreadsheet up here. All right, now we are focused on comments. Sorry about that. Who is black? Also, who did I sign? I just skipped over that. Did I get Jimmy G? No. I also didn't get Sterling Shepard. We're going to go ahead and move Taylor Moton to left tackle. Roulette joke. I'm black, not red. I honestly don't know how roulette works. I would be interested in learning that. It does seem kind of fun. Ali Marpet's going to be right guard. Unfortunately, we have like Colin Childress still kind of stuck in backup hell. He definitely could be starting, and I just can't start him because I keep getting good players, and he's coming up on a contract here as well. I really feel bad about that because look at this guy. He's solid. He's a very solid player. Yeah, last year he's a first-round pick, so we will have a fifth-year option on him. But he's stuck behind Frank Ragnow. What are you going to do about that? You can't do anything about that. And we keep signing good players. It's just, it is what it is. Yeah, we didn't really bring anybody else in. We did get Kenny Moore. That's good. We don't have any backup free safeties? I thought I got Max Milstead. I guess I forgot about that. So we'll have to sign one of those. And we need to get... Can we go to free agency? I don't think we can. No, it's locked. I want Jimmy G. I feel like I messed up not giving him a little more money, but whatever. What are you going to do, right? I think we've already looked at all these running backs. Yeah, we've looked at all of them. Wide receiver, did we see any combine freaks? Ty Crease, obviously. I'm not going to sign him, though, or draft him. 6.8 here for Johnny Ali. Pretty well-rounded looking. B plus spec, B plus catching, B minus catching traffic. So you don't know if he can run a route. That's the thing. Interesting, though. Sterling Reese. About Dalton Pace, a slot receiver. He's slow, but he's got good combine grades. Interesting. 6.6 here for Isaiah Barrett out of A&M. He's a deep threat with no speed, so I'm curious, you know. No. All right. I think we've looked at pretty much everybody here. 6.4. Nothing impressive. I think we're about to just jump into the draft. I mean, it's not like I have picks anyway. Maybe some surprise linemen or defensive linemen here that could be good. I don't see anything to write home about, though. 6.5. Taylor Hart. A good speed rusher, and it's not in his top 3, so that's definitely intriguing. Jim Jones. Probably don't want Jim Jones. Or am I thinking of what's his name? John Jones? Jim Jones? I think it's Jim Jones. Probably not a guy you want. Real locker room guy there. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything to write home about with these guys. Let's scout this guy and then call it a day. Well, there you go. We can't even scout him. All right, free agency recap. Who's still available? Jimmy G. I guess he doesn't want money. He just wants to sit out of here. Well, we're going to sign him in free agency. Who was I still negotiating with? Stephen Sheard and Sterling Shepard. DeForest Buckner to the Falcons. Ioannidis back to the Saints. Dante Jackson with the Chiefs. Jay Terry goes to the Cowboys, so they got a really nice signing there. Madison goes to the Vikings again. Any other big name signings for our rivals? Derek Nottie goes to the Vikings. So the Vikings really beefed up a bit this year, but so far the rest of our division, they got Sammy Blake, I guess. Eddie Jackson back to the Bears, man. Good for them. That's fun. That's a fun signing. Michael Pierce back to the Vikings. So the Vikings got better, but the rest of our division did not. Man. All right. Let's jump into this draft. Again, I don't have any picks, so we're going to have to kind of just see what happens here. And with the #1 pick in the draft, after just getting Tyler Davis, will the Vikings be able to bring in Zach Schuster? Let's see what their top need is. That's crazy if so. I'm going to have to see Zach Schuster and Tyler Davis. Now remember, at wide receiver, they do have Justin Jefferson, so this would be a luxury pick for them. I don't love it. Let's see at cornerback. They might go James McIntosh here at #1. Let's see what happens. James McIntosh is the #1 pick in the NFL draft. He's going to the Vikings. I have to throw against James McIntosh twice a year. That's crazy. And now, the Titans might take Zach Schuster here. This would be their first guy since A.J. Brown, really. Manual trade. Titans. Rip indeed. We saw how good he was in the Olympia Dynasty. They still have A.J. Brown, so I don't know. They don't need Zach Schuster, but again, you got a chance to draft a guy like that. You got to take him. And they do. So they take Zach Schuster. He will be the #2 behind A.J. Brown for now. I imagine he will eventually usurp him for #1. You'd have to think. And that means now we have guys like Centarius Burns. Dre Morris is on the block. So let's just see kind of... I think I'm just going to go through this first round. Craig Frost. Zaire Curse. None of these guys are guys. Centarius Burns goes. Josh Chamberlain. We're kind of just looking for Olympia players. I didn't do a super fancy draft on this one. But you can see a lot of good talent going. Jay Lowry. Daniel Bishop. Ben Harris. Josh Harris. Otis Cage. So no quarterback for the Seahawks. And again, Olympia storyline here. The Seahawks. That means they are starting now. Their #1 need is quarterback, and there are good quarterbacks in this draft. They got Jameis Winston. Oh. Really? Darius McIntyre. Passed up for Jameis Winston. Alright. That's frustrating. Oh well. Another 1-year offer, but Darius is going to be gone after the season. The Bears take Antonio Barton, a good pick. Raiders go Chad Todd, Max Bailey. Hayden Piotr, the first, well, I guess the first non-Olympia player off the board here. Going above Dre Morris. He jumps up to the Eagles here. Hayden Piotr from Boise State. Dre Morris is still on the board. If I have a chance to get Dre Morris, I will absolutely take him. Corsair, dude. I didn't know if you could hear it that well. I have the sound noise suppression on, I'm pretty sure. I guess I don't know that I do. Yeah, that's a good question, actually. Do I have noise suppression on? Man, I'm getting hungry here. I am struggling. I do have noise suppression on. I don't know. I guess you could hear the Corsair. Dre Morris is still available. I would trade into the second round for him. Darius Carter, I was really intrigued by him. He goes to the Chargers, so we lose out on him. That's okay. I was not going to have a chance for him. I am not trading into the first round, though. So anybody else goes. Timmy Van Wert from Olympia goes to the Jaguars. Good for Timmy. James Williams. Matt Fitzpatrick to the Chiefs. So Patrick Mahomes gets a new wide receiver to throw to. Matt Fitzpatrick, I think he'll be really solid in a few years. That's a really good investment from them. The Chiefs love getting wide receivers, and Ralph Owens goes. Now the Vikings, I will not trade with them no matter what. And they go Tyler Zanderley, who was also my top target. Oh, man. I had some really cool plans for him to drop him in the zone on some interesting disguised blitzes. Tyler Zanderley, again, we signed him in Olympia, and we redshirted him, and after the first year, he transferred out for playing time. He did not like being at Olympia, I guess. Maybe he got in trouble, maybe he got in fights, I don't know. Maybe the coaches, you know, and him were at odds. And now he goes to the Vikings. Yet again spurns me, and he goes to a division rival. That's crazy. Dre Morris is still the top pick here, and now running back is the top 4 picks. Now, who do I have on my draft board? Of course, none of this is organized. Dre Morris is my number 1. Let me just see from... I didn't organize this. I was not prepared for this stream in the slightest, as you can see. Top guys that are about to go on my draft board. Justin Jackson. I am interested in him, but he is more of a pass rusher. Very athletic freak, but I don't think he's on the board for me, really. Dre Morris is the next up. And it's a while between him and the next running backs I'm interested in. I do like Otis Wilson a lot. I think he's a very intriguing prospect. And Ramon Clark also is an intriguing prospect. Has really good receiving upside, apparently. But Dre Morris would be the number 1 guy for me. Not the fastest, but really, really solid. What would it take to trade up for the Titans pick? And is that worth it? I think so. I think so. Because really at this point we don't have a lot of needs. And I don't have anybody in this draft that I'm super intrigued in. Quarterback, guard, tackle, center, linebacker. Yeah, I would agree with those. The Titans. Now they have Derrick Henry. I don't see them taking a running back. But at this point with Derrick Henry's age, they actually might. So let's see if we can get Dre Morris here. First of all, just trading up my 4th round pick. Not even close. We have a lot of 7th rounders, which is good. There's a lot of interesting undrafted prospects. What about next year's 2nd rounder? That is interesting to them. They could use a tackle, a linebacker, a quarterback, a center, or a left end. Do I trade Colin Childress? In his final year, I mean, Colin Childress would probably get the job done. No, they don't like him at all. Okay. Interesting. So it's going to have to be our 2nd round pick. And maybe our 4th round pick as well. Does that get the job done? So we move up our 2nd rounder to this year. And we give up a 4th round pick in the process. No, that doesn't get it done either. I don't suppose this 7 changes the game at all. No. Probably next year's 6th wouldn't change the game either. Again, remember, we are hemorrhaging our future because we're in win now mode. But we do have to pay Kyle Linehan, so we don't want to just give away everything. That doesn't get it done. Next year's 4th. I don't think I can give up more than that, but if I lose Dre Morris here, I'm going to be sick to my stomach, and I have to imagine he goes here soon. Now, keep in mind also, we could do our 1st rounder next year because it's probably going to be a high pick. That almost gets it done, and I think that's worth doing. We do that, and we bundle it with the 7th rounder. And we've gotten a trade accepted there. So as long as we win, that doesn't hurt. And now we can make a selection. Now this, unfortunately, does not spell good news for Lance Roach. But, you know, he's getting older. Dre Morris is the pick. 73 overall. Okay. I thought he'd be a little higher than that. 73 elusive. Now, he can't catch the ball. And he's not the fastest either. Okay. But I think he's a really good player. He's got great agility. We can work on his passing skills. High break tackle. Okay. I don't think that's bad. And honestly, I'm not going to... Stitch Robinson goes. The next Olympia player off the board goes to get thrown to by Cole Bright in Tampa Bay. All right. I'm not going to sim anymore, or I'm not going to pick anymore here. I'm not going to trade up again. Jay Moore goes to the Jets. Goes to New York. The Olympia player. He went a year early. And now he's going to play in New York. Justin Jackson goes 74 overall. He might have been a good pick for us. Goes to the Rams. Another Olympia player off the boards. Javonte Jackson from BYU goes to the Houston Texans to get thrown to by the assaulter. And I'm getting a little hungry, and it's 125, so I do want to start flying through this a bit. But I don't want to miss any Olympia players that get drafted, so I am going to go manually. Sam Franklin is going to be the backup to Derek Frost. So they already had Derek Frost. This is unfortunately for Sam Franklin not a starting pick. He will be the backup for the majority, if not all of his career. If there is a viable path for him to start at free safety, I will move him though. Wesley Dunmore, the first quarterback taken off the board, and I love this pick for the Titans here. Why do I like this pick? Because Wesley Dunmore should start day one. Oh, they do have Daniel Jones, but I still like this pick. So Daniel Jones is a pretty solid player. I mean, he's got good accuracies. He's not the worst. Wesley Dunmore might not start day one. I will make that decision for the Titans. Oh, thank you. Ooh, full balanced meal here. Ah!
Sorry, I'm sorry.
There goes an AirPod.
I'm ruining everything.
It's gone. Thanks.
I'm gonna leave.
Okay.
I love you.
Love you. How do I have $20 million? I should not have $20 million, I don't think. Oh, no, that's fair, actually. I should have $20 million. I'm going to eat some chicken nuggets with Chick-fil-A sauce, so give me a sec. My stamina was a bit decreased there from starvation, so I love this pick for the Titans. Wesley Dunmore at 71 overall. The game will not start him immediately. Now, I will be controlling the league going forward, though. I may start him. I may not. It depends on if I think the Titans have a real path to actually winning. Because right now, Daniel Jones probably gives them the better chance to win. But I will consider moving Wesley Dunmore into the starting lineup if things aren't going well, or if Daniel Jones isn't doing well. We'll see. Delayed reaction here. Sorry, I am stuffing my face. I'm so hungry. David Johnson, the Heisman runner-up, does follow, even though he was projected to go higher. Going to the Jets, I love this pick too for the Jets, and here's why. He's not going to start tomorrow. But if we look at their quarterback situation, they have Sam Darnold and nobody else. Sam Darnold is old. He's been pretty good, actually, in his career, I have to admit. He's been solid. Not great, but solid. But this is a good move that, you know, what's his contract situation? He might be gone after this year. Let's see. No, he's making $30 million. So David Johnson might sit for a bit, but David Johnson projects as the future starter. Zach Ertz to the Patriots. So there's two big things happening here. First of all, a lot of guys are getting quarterbacks that I think fit really well at the team. Let's look at the Patriots now, because I think they're also long-term. Right now they have Tre'Davious White, and he is good and he is young. He just had an okay year, and he is signed on their team. But long-term, Zach Ertz projects as their starter. And the Patriots are used to unathletic, accurate quarterbacks. This is the Tom Brady pick for them. Number two, this prevents somebody from signing a quarterback that I was thinking would. And then that might be Darius McIntyre. So, actually, that might not matter anymore. He's already gone. Eddie Jong, another Olympia player, taken off the board to the Colts. I was interested in him. I really would have been interested in him, but I wanted Jay Morris. Eddie Jong might have been the better pick, but that's okay. And, you know, I mean, Mitch Meadows is in front of him. But he is the day one backup, so he will get touches, and I think he will be solid. That's 71 overall, Eddie Jong. Oh, didn't mean to click that. Again, I am not trading up. I don't think there's anybody I'm even interested in at this point that's really that high. Let's just check our board real quick. There are some players. David Griffin. Do I want a Griffin? Griffins usually aren't worth having. So maybe not on that front. Yeah, there's really nobody crazily interesting here in my draft board. I do have a lot of players, but a lot of them are undrafted talents. Ramon Clark, but I now am good at running back. Has the Texas chick taught you anything? Why, heavens, Angle? Do you know anything about do you know anything about Griffins? Bob Haleth is interesting here, and he will be gone by the time I get to him. But I'm not really looking to pick him up. Joseph Banks as well. I'm not really looking to get them. It's funny, I didn't realize Mr. Eggy is a mod, but Heaven's Angle isn't. I guess I should make them both mods. My lovely wife did not give me a fork. She knows I'm not a savage. She treats me like one. It is what it is. Christian Armstrong, the next quarterback off the board, 64 overall. He was projected to be drafted, so that doesn't scare me on Roelatu, who is somebody I am interested in. Let's see if the Saints have any path for him. They do. They have Derek Flax right now. I might make Christian Armstrong the starter, actually. Barbarian. So good for him. I really think I might make him the starter there. Of course, Samuel Reed from Navy, another Olympia High School recruit, going to the Giants. I will be controlling the league from here on out. I won't be doing any more seasons like normal. I'll be doing epilogues that show a lot of different highlights from the season. Man, I can't grab this properly out of the bowl. That's crazy. As Bob Haleth goes next to the Bengals, we'll be doing epilogue content. Pele Latu, the first Latu brother off the board to the Buffalo Bills. Now the question is, when does guard Joseph Banks go? And there he goes to the Panthers to play with Ronnie Washburn. Good for them. Our next pick is in round 4. So we do have a pick in this round. David Griffin goes. He was really the only one I was interested in trading up for. But for the purposes of the joke, it was kind of funny not to get him. Ramon Clark goes. A bit unfortunate. But again, I wasn't interested in running back anymore. Demetrius Frazier, I think I was interested in him. These might be a lot of guys for my draft board. I don't remember. Nobody's really all that interesting, though. Ty Crease goes to the Bears. So Kyler Garrett is going to be throwing to Ty Crease. I like that pick for them. I don't know if he's got a path to starting just yet. Let's see. They lost. What the heck's his name? The guy who sucks in real life. He was good for a year, and then he sucked. What was his name? He might have retired, actually. I didn't see him in the availability. He might have retired. Oh, man. His name was Allen Robinson. Allen Robinson. He's gone. He retired. I gotta tell you, Ty Crease at least will be their 4th receiver. I will make sure of that. They do have a pretty good wide receiving core still, though. Thank goodness. I did not like playing against Allen Robinson. Man, the Bears got a lot worse. But I like that pick for him. Especially with Kyler Garrett's arm, he'll be able to get that out to Ty Crease. Jose Sharp goes. Antonio McLeod. Another quarterback off the board. We still have draftable quarterbacks before Roa-Latu, so I'm not worried about that. I do want to pick him up. It didn't work out in Olympia. I want to see if I can make it work out here. We are on the board for the first time in 2 rounds. Second time in this draft. Here is what we're looking at. Any high projected players? No. So 4 is the highest. Let's look at rounds here. And what do we need, really? Monte Scruggs, a power rusher. He has good hit power, good pursuit, and good tackling. So he's kind of interesting because you can't see what his ratings are. He is best player available. Kevin Proctor might be the best if you want. No, I don't need that, though. Who's the best available from a position group I'm actually interested in? Will Moore at slot. I don't know. So nobody here, nobody here. I haven't even scouted anybody on these. Justin Bernard, I think, is interesting. Maybe CJ Harris, mid-4th rounder. So that would be a good spot pick. And he's 21 years old, so I already like him better than the other guy. Because he actually, you know, is young. Yeah. Maybe CJ Harris. I mean, on the defense, otherwise, there are options. Kevin Proctor really is probably the best option, maybe. Oh, no, Monte Scruggs was him. North Dakota State, 23 years old. Could be a good future backup, though. I mean, again, I like his skill set here. I think he's intriguing. I guess the question is, when would I want to get that corner back? Would I trade up for that corner? A good run blocker here. I imagine his pass blocking is going to be bad, though. He's not athletic. We haven't done a lot of drafting of linemen in this series, and there's a reason for that. They haven't been very good traditionally. And I just don't think this one changes the game either. And we've done a little bit. We did early on do some drafting, I guess, now that I think about it. Johnny Ali, interesting probably actually BPA here because he's early 4th. But at this point in the draft, it doesn't matter really. Early 4th versus mid 4th doesn't change much. Kevin Tate and Colin Atkinson still available. Not that I plan on getting either of them. There's no running backs at this point that I'm interested in. And then Roalatu. So really the question here is cornerback CJ Harris is projected mid 5th. And we have a pick at 22nd. So I might trade up for him. Like if I see another cornerback, that'll kind of be my alarm to go ahead and pick somebody up. But I'm going to take BPA here and go Monte Scruggs. Hidden Dev. Okay. 73 power moves. Okay, so he is a decent power rusher day 1. His block shedding's bad. So he actually... That's crazy. That's really bad. He's raw. He's got some good intangibles, but he is raw. He needs better block shedding. Right now, I wouldn't bring him in on anything other than 3rd down, and I'd only bring him in on 3rd down if other people are hurt. But he's got hidden depth, so we can actually build him up. And now, we have a fire alarm set on quarterbacks. Really? 2 picks later? A 5th round prospect, 2 picks later, he's not even the top cornerback available? Well, there goes my fire alarm. It just went off. Really? Alright, well, there that goes. I am kind of interested in Justin Bernard, but he's slow as dirt. Goodness gracious, he's terrible. Okay. I have a lot of undrafted options available. Will Moore, I'm going to take him off the board. I'm sorry, he's 24 years old. I can't believe that. That's insane. There are some linemen, but I'm not going to trade up for them. I'm not trading up for anybody, honestly. I guess there might be Olympia players left, so I'm not going to just sim, but let's just go ahead and go. Kelvin Proctor's gone. There goes Will Moore. And I wasn't going to trade up a whole round anyway. Don't even know from Olympia who's still available. Ray Spitzer goes. Colin Atkinson, the first fullback off the board, going to the New York Giants. Good for him. From BYU. All right. That leaves a few players I'm interested in. Line's not bad here. We've got a run stopper with no block shedding. But he also probably can't rush the pass at all. So I'm not really curious to get him. We do have some linemen here, actually. So Jadarius Woodmer, a power blocker. Holden Ward, 6'5", and he's got some good pass block and run block ability. I think he's really who I'm most interested in here. Mike Wilcox, no. The rest are all undrafted, so I'm not looking to get into any of those sweepstakes. None of these guys are all the same. They have the same exact top 3s, and I'm not interested in any of them. But maybe Nolan Harrington, mid-5th rounder. He's very athletic. Probably not, though. Yeah. Okay, let's get that center. Holden Ward. He's fast. 66 overall, and wow, he's got pass block power, but no pass blocking. All right, that guy's going on the practice squad. That's okay. That's all right. Again, I'm not anticipating any game changers at this point, so really no point in being upset about it. Kevin Tate goes next to the Buffalo Bills, the Olympia fullback off the board, and he's really good. Good for him. That might be the last Olympia Series player, other than like Roa Latu. I don't know. We next pick in the 6th round at 21. All right. Now, I think, how many picks do I have left? I have 4 or 5 picks left, so I've still got a lot on my draft board that are undrafted. But I'm going to go ahead and, ooh, Johnny Ali in the 6th round. I kind of think I have to go BPA here. That's pretty good. That's almost too good to pass up. Johnny Ali. He's not too slow. He's not the fastest, but he's not slow. He's probably around 90 speed. Okay. 67 overall. I said 90 speed. That's exactly where he's at. He can't run a medium route, but he's got some upside. I like this pick. I think I should be safe until my next pick. Yep. Now we are going to take Roa Latu. He has some intangibles I like. Now he's not going to be a high overall, so prepare yourself. This will be a rough pick, I know. And I know I made him, but I don't remember what he was. But, I mean, it's Roa Latu. I don't have to think hard about this one to know that he's not going to be a high overall. The guy really struggled. 63. Okay. That's not bad for a late round quarterback. 85 throw power, so his arm is weak. His accuracies are bad. But he can throw on the run. He can break a sack. He can run the play action really well. His under pressure and his awareness aren't good either, though. He's somewhat mobile. We will see him in the preseason. Well, I guess we won't probably. A lot of that's going to be in the epilogue. Unfortunately, I'm just not doing another year of this. I can't. I just can't. I am pretty certain that's the last Olympia player in this draft. I could probably go ahead and sim. But we're almost at the end of it anyway, so whatever. Another pick here. Who's available? Taylor Hart at right end. Jim Jones, a speed rusher with good finesse moves. Might be good to take another pass rusher here. All these guys are draftable, so let's go Jim Jones. We'll drink the Kool-Aid. 64 overall, good finesse moves, but pretty one-dimensional. That's a practice squad player if I've ever seen one. Let's take another player here. This guy's athletic, and he does have good pass block. So this one's interesting. He's a good pass blocker with athleticism, and it rates him as a power blocker. Josh Olberg. 62 overall. Actually pretty well balanced. This guy would be a backup in a year or two, actually. He's not a bad player. And let's go ahead and sim forward. We will be ending, essentially, this stream here. Make our last pick. We have a tradition in this series of picking Mr. Irrelevant. I don't think I'm going to do that this year. I've taken enough edge rushers. Let's take another offensive lineman. 6'7". You always have to be intrigued by that. And he has good pass block, has good pass block power. Potentially a left tackle back up here. Oh! He's bad. 52. Yeah, his pass block finesse is bad. Okay. I don't know, though. I mean, I don't think he's that bad. Alright, well. I think that's it. Make sure there's no more Olympia players available, I guess, real quick. Probably not. Doesn't look like it. Alright, that is it. Let's sim through this. The draft is done. I might actually not sign Jimmy G now. Some more retirements. Will Parks retires. It's funny how they sometimes do that after the draft. And now we look through the draft real quick, and this will be what we do before we end the stream. The first pick was James McIntosh. 83 overall. 95 speed, 95 acceleration, 83 man coverage, 89 press, 95 jumping ability, catching at 69, nice. And yeah, he's a really good player. Hidden development, as we know. Zach Schuster goes number 2, so they flip who would go 1, who would go 2. Schuster going to the Titans, and he's 97 speed, 97 acceleration, but he's pretty one-dimensional. 85 deep route, 95 release. So he's the best route run deep player in the league, but right now that's all he's good at. 6'2" though. It's a good pick for them. Some other notable picks here. Gotta go down a bit. Hayden Piotr goes to the Eagles. And he's a pretty solid possession receiver, tight end. Nothing really much to write home about. Decent blocker. Darius Carter to the Chargers. He's very interesting. Definitely could play linebacker if you wanted him to. He's good block shedding. Can't really rush the passer, but very intriguing prospect there for them. Hidden development. Timmy Van Wert to the Jaguars. And he's solid. He's got a lot of work to do to become like a top guy. Looking promising. Yeah, looking promising for sure. Welcome to the stream, Haley. Let's see. Matt Fitzpatrick. I had to read there. I thought that was Heaven's Angle. I need glasses, apparently. Sheesh. Matt Fitzpatrick. Really, really good slot runner here. Catching traffic, 97. And I'll look at Tyler Zandelay as the last guy. Yeah, 67 speed rusher. Here's the really cool thing about him. Oh, you can't see it. He has really good zone coverage. I don't know if that ever play out on another team, but he goes to the Vikings. And then, of course, we took Dre Morris. We'll look at Stitch Robinson, too. Stitch Robinson, really good blocking tight end. Really good catching. And I think that's probably it. Jay Moore. I mean, I guess we can keep going. There's so many of them. Good free safety, good zone. I think that's where I got to call it, though. I think it was a good draft. Decent, you know, for the fact that we didn't really have any picks. This is kind of where our year will start. I'm obviously going to do a lot of adjusting here. Pretty solid team. On offense, maybe not so much as on defense, however. Defense is where we really have everything to write home about. Tyrann Mathieu, a big splash signing. No worries about being late. We had some issues anyway, you missed. A little bit of rage at the start because my internet is slow. And if you stick around, maybe Heaven's Angle, or I guess MrFuzzihead will stream some 7 Days to Die. So you could get lucky and catch in MrFuzzihead stream. Although he probably still would stream on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Eggy22, I believe. No Mister. Is there a Mister on your Twitch? I don't know. Anyway, pretty solid roster. A quick one. It still ended up going almost 2 hours, so quick for me on a stream is still pretty slow. I don't think I can sign any free agents. But yeah, officially London's first NFL team, the London Black Knights. And we will have an epilogue coming. I don't know when that'll happen. So for a long time, this might just be the last bit you get of the, I guess now the Hollister MacIntyre London Black Knights franchise, since we've moved. But this might be the last you get for a while. I do have the Olympia epilogue ready to go, the episode 1. I'm not going to release any of the epilogue content between Olympia and Hollister MacIntyre until I have finished and recorded and rendered and done the audio for all of the episodes. That will be 4 Olympia episodes, and that will be probably 4 or 5 episodes of MacIntyre and a long 10-year sim. I'm not going to release those until they're ready to go. I will be starting my college football, my new series with the new game on July something. It comes out on the 19th. I will be diligently working that next week. So, I don't know how much time I'll get, wink, wink, to work on it, but it should come out fairly soon. I do have a baseball series coming out soon as well. Episode 1 of that is ready to be edited. I haven't edited it yet, though. I suck at baseball, so just be prepared for that. And then, what else do we have? The new Madden series will also come out with the new game. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. Thank you to Haley, the unknown person who's stopping in on my stream for the first time. I don't know who you are. Same as Heaven's Angle. I don't know who that is. These must be friends of Mr. Eggy. It looks like they're all talking to each other in chat. And I'm sure that's not 2 people across 3 accounts. I'm sure that's 3 different people across 3 accounts. So that's really cool. Really fun. Yeah, the rage start, that was something. And then the rage when I missed out on the cornerback and hit my keyboard. That was funny. Anyway, have a good one. I will see you all later. And tune in soon in a few weeks for the new content.